3D Rising is down in Raleigh, North Carolina at Cardinal Gibbons High School for the annual King of Spring event. And we're talking to the Hill Academy 2 coach, Cameron Mann. We watched the Hill Academy play a doubleheader today. They took down Memphis University School by a score of 12-6, and then they just defeated Wando out of South Carolina by a score of 10-8. Coach, congrats on this doubleheader win, which featured snow in the first game, and then a beautiful day here in the second game. Sort of a tale of two games, literally. Just talk about what was going right for you guys, maybe in the first game and then the second game.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I think the snow's fallen us a little bit from the north, which is unfortunate. We were hoping to see a little bit more sunshine, but it definitely peaked out there for the second game. But we've been preaching all week about just being consistent and running and executing our stuff and playing with urgency, and I think our guys are doing a great job with that. They're excited to play. We don't have a season that lasts over a couple months. This is basically it. So we're excited to get down here and show our stuff and just execute every chance we get.
In these two games, there were an assortment of players who kind of did the heavy lifting and made big contributions on both sides of the ball. Dyson Williams in the first game went 3-3, had a gorgeous goal in the second game, definitely a couple of feeds. Just talk about him and some of the other players that are really leading the way for this Hill 2 team.
Yeah, Dyson Williams is an unbelievable talent. We push him and we expect a lot from him, and sometimes when you're hearing us from the sidelines, it doesn't sound like he's having such a great game. But you look at the stat sheet and he's all over the place. He's definitely one of our catalysts on the offense. And I mean, from top to bottom, you name any of our guys, they definitely contribute. We didn't bring a large roster down here, so we're expecting a lot from everybody. But just to name a few, our two goalies, Mackenzie Burke and Brett Dobson, have been absolutely unbelievable for us. Zach Young's been anchoring the defense. Zach Kearney in the midfield has been a tremendous two-way player for us. And again, we expect a lot. Those are just some names, but you can go around our roster and shake every one of their hands because they all contribute.
Coach, this is the second year in a row, or maybe even the third, we've been able to see the Hill 2 on this trip. Just talk about coming down here to the King of Spring and getting your legs underneath you and playing against a whole assortment of teams from up and down the East Coast and beyond.
Yeah, it's exciting to have a couple teams from where the Hill's come in the last 10, 11 years. It's pretty crazy to see the numbers grow the way they have, and for us to put a team together that we call our 2 team, but they can go and compete with the varsity schedule is exciting for us. And again, we've been excited about this trip since we came back from Christmas break, and it's so surreal just coming down here and having the sunshine on us and having the opportunity to play against some of the best teams in the nation. There's not a lot of kids that can do that, and we're lucky to do it for a week and a half, so we're just happy to be here.
I know that Brody and his staff take this incredibly seriously. Just talk about the pride that you have in this program, and then I guess also describe what you guys are doing in terms of player development to keep your kids sort of at the peak and pinnacle of the talent of high school right now. It's hard to see a team that's developing and turning kids into the players that the Hill Academy is at this level, and we see it each year we come down here, even on the number 2 team.
Yeah, again, we follow a lot of different core values, but one of them is embrace expectations, and our kids do a great job of that. We push them every single day, and that's not just coming out and performing on the field. That's what they do in the classroom, what they do when they go home to their families, how they act on the road. We have high expectations for them, and we demand the greatest. We don't settle for half best, and that's just kind of who we are and how we pride ourselves. And it trickles down. It starts from the top, and they do a great job, the Merrill family, in providing and these guys a great opportunity to develop as not only players but as leaders and great young men, and that's what they pride themselves on, and these guys do a great job accepting that. And again, we try and weed out those that aren't fit for this, because we only want guys that are 100% committed. We don't want to waste our time on guys that only want to do a half. So we pride ourselves in that, and we hope for the best every single time we touch the field.
Well, Coach, it was an excellent showing today and 2 back-to-back wins. Congrats on those, and thanks so much for your time.
Yeah, thank you.